Does anybody on this godforsaken app read any book that isn't just straight up
things in books that don't make sense? These over-exaggerated smut scenes.
The more and more you dig, the weirder and weirder it gets. I don't know. I don't really want to know. I just know that it's a thing. From weird dances to people crying on the internet over the dumbest of things, TikTok is a strange place. But there's one branch of TikTok that might just be stranger than the rest. BookTok. From guys in biker helmets to gals reenacting scenes with their partners, one thing seems to be missing, the most essential thing. Where are the books? This is Hot Takes.
I don't like Chick-fil-A.
Taylor Swift is overrated.
If you drive a pickup truck for reasons that are other than employment related, I don't like you.
Listen to your friends who care about astrology.
Escape rooms are fun.
What is your hot take?
Drop a hot take.
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 Welcome back to Hot Takes, guys. I'm your host, Ian Isaiah. So I know it's been a while, and I've seen the comments, and I've seen all the different responses. Where have you gone? What's going on? Where is he? What's happened? And yes, I've been MIA for a while, and I will have, or I'm going to talk about this in length on my TikTok and Instagram at Ian Talks Hot Takes. Make sure to follow there. But basically, over the last month and a half or so, I've just been dealing with a lot of different things, and it's kind of just been a lot to deal with, both physical and mental issues, and just some other problems along the way, some very important people that are near and dear to my heart who are no longer with us, bless them dearly, and now they're in a better place. But I also just wanted to take some time and reflect and really think about what I want this channel to be and what I would like to do with my content moving forward. So I took the time to regroup and refocus on the important issues and what I actually want to talk about. And I really want to move from more political content back to more cultural content, which is where I initially started this channel, and that's originally what I wanted to do. And yes, I know politics and culture kind of go hand in hand, and culture influences politics and vice versa, but I really wanted to bring it back to my core, which at my core, my channel and my values, culture. I want to make sure that there's a focus on culture, and specifically culture when it comes to morals and values. I think that's very important to attack from a more Christian perspective as well, which is something I want to do more often, especially because I've just felt that conviction on my heart. And in that time, I've also taken some time to just step away from social media for a bit and focus on different things to get my head out of this weird political, cultural, all of it. So I took some time to meditate and to read. I spent more of my time focused on books. And of course, if I'm reading books and I'm focused on books, it would just be so natural for me to talk about BookTok. We have to talk about BookTok. And I actually wrote up this script in December. So this is an episode I've been wanting to do for a while, but now the time feels right to come back and refocus and do this episode because it's still important and it's still something that we can talk about. BookTok has gotten so strange, and we need to talk about it. So I followed BookTok last fall, and I've been watching BookToks ever since. And when I first joined, it was more because I'm looking for books to read. I'm looking for book recommendations. And, you know, I just thought, okay, well, here's a place where we can talk about different books we've read, and other people can have recommendations. And so maybe I can get different books that I want to read from here. Great idea, right? Great concept. Except when you dig under the surface, the more and more you dig, the weirder and weirder it gets. So it starts with some cutesy episodes of people reenacting scenes with their partners. And yes, sometimes books are slightly unrealistic, so they're a little cringe, but let's take a look at a few of those videos just for the wholesomeness of it, let's say.
He quickly pulls her out of the way and pushes himself in front of her as he says, "Stay behind me. I'll never let anything happen to you."
I'll never. You're insignificant to me. Look how short you are. It actually frustrates me. It's like, stay behind me. I'll never let anything happen to you.
I mean, it's wild.
He went up behind her, placed his hands on her waist and gently kissed her neck. Then swiftly spun her around and lifted her on the counter.
And of course, these are more romance style, which is not my thing, but it's still there. It's still funny.
Oh my god.
Nothing is right. I can't.
I'll take care of you.
So you get the idea. This is like the sort of videos that I first saw, and I thought, okay, this is cute, this is wholesome. Just people pointing out how ridiculous books can be sometimes and just how unrealistic they can be. And I thought, okay, well, this is cute, this is fun. Oh, but no, it got even weirder than that. Then it comes up with the motorcycle guys, the guys in bike helmets. I don't know where this came from. I don't know what this is in reference to, but all of a sudden I started getting videos on my feed because I followed BookTok of guys in biker helmets talking about the girls on BookTok. I don't know what's happening with that, but let's get into it. It's like this one, for example. POV, the BookTok girl got the best of you. So he's just here tied himself up. And the POV is the BookTok girl got the best of you. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what this is in reference to. I don't know if this is like some sort of book that I haven't read yet that maybe I shouldn't be reading because this is... I mean, girls, is this... I don't know. I don't really want to know. I just know that it's a thing. Then it gets even weirder than that. It's like, there's that one, but then you have videos like this one. BookTok girls have been summoned. Like a shirtless biker guy. Like biker thirst trap. What? Biker thirst traps on BookTok. Huh? And like this is it's a hashtag BookTok under this video. 73,000 likes. And that other one had like 300 some thousand likes. I am trying to stay pure. I don't know what, again, I don't know what book this is in reference to. And I know this has been a thing in books for a while, but it's not just the bikers. It's something even deeper than that. Not just thirst traps, but just the blatant sexual references. It's almost disgusting. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's more than just biker guys and people reenacting cute little romance scenes. It's when it gets graphic and explicit that I just can't back it up anymore. I don't know what's going on. So this one, for example, 170,000 likes. When you find out what your girlfriend has been staying up reading on her Kindle, and the caption says, delete my Kindle history when I die. Hashtag BookTok.
Back the up. When did this become
so it's
a
like,
whorehouse?
And this is not the only video, mind you. There are hundreds of these videos out there with thousands of likes on them. I'll show a couple more. But you can clearly see where this is going. Obviously, they're trying to be as... I don't want to say secretive, but I guess as evasive from the real issue as possible, obviously because TikTok content rules. But also, if it's so bad that it can't be on TikTok, why is it in a book? That's the part that we really need to talk about. Like, here's another one. Hockey players reading smut. $3.8 million views. And I have actually seen this book before. I know what this book is. No, I'm not going to read it after this. I mean, it's just... I don't know what to say. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And this is the deeper issue that I really want to talk about. Why is there so much sexual content in books? And it's not just books. Why is there so much of it in general? And I guess the real issue I want to talk about is why is this seemingly a core value of BookTok? Why is this at the center of BookTok? Why is this like BookTok at its core? That's the part that I really want to talk about. That's the deeper issue here. Because I think our culture is just so over-sexualized for literally no reason. Both movies, books, any other sort of media. It's so over-sexualized for no reason. And I think we know this because now we have people paying for OFs, people watching the little hub. We have such an abundance of things that are over-sexualized. We have such a focus on sex as a culture. And to me, it's just disgusting. I don't know about you guys, but to me, I am horrified by that. And again, I feel like it's different than a movie as a book reader because a lot of the time when you go into these books, you have no idea until you've already bought the book, you're halfway through it, and then all of a sudden a super graphic sex scene comes up. And thank God I have not gotten a book that is really, really bad with that yet. And I do try to avoid it at all costs because there are so many good stories out there that don't involve this, but there's so much of it out there. And why? Why is there so much of it out there? And why is it the focus of BookTok for a lot of these books? Again, not all of them, but a main majority focus of BookTok is all of this smut, all of this garbage, all of this erotica. For what? Why? And like, here's another one of those videos with the guys. This one's not a biker helmet, but I just wanted to show this one too. I mean, this guy is swinging around like balls of steel on chains. What is this in reference to? 1.6 million views too. I mean, are BookTok ladies just that thirsty? Is that what it is? Are y'all just that thirsty that you need stuff like this? It's crazy. It's wild. I don't know. Again, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't really want to know. But basically, since seeing all of these videos and all of this, I've kind of avoided BookTok at all costs because I'm looking for better books, more wholesome books, and books that are going to focus more on a storyline than on a sexual conquest. And I think that's ultimately my point at the end of the day. We don't need to ruin a good book with a terrible sex scene, a really graphic sex scene, or language either. And that's not really a topic that you'll see discussed on BookTok because I feel like people just tend to overlook it, and that's kind of sad. But why do we need all of these books filled with all of this sex and filled with all of this language? It's pretty sad. It's pretty disgusting. And to people like me, who I also like to write from time to time, I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get why that needs to be a part of the story. Why do we need this sex and this language to draw people into a story or to draw them into a book? To me, it's unnecessary. I don't understand why we need it. I don't understand why it exists. And I think we just need to avoid it at all costs. I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion at the end of the day. I don't get why everything has been so over-sexualized, and I don't get why so many people read it and so many people buy into it. Why? And hopefully there's a Gen Z push against this, and there's a push towards more wholesome content, towards content that is more edifying and focused on the storyline versus the sex. Because I have seen a glimmer of hope for Gen Z as far as movies and TV shows are concerned. I know that's a thing that Gen Z is tired of, just the over-sexualization of everything. And so I hope that also trickles down to books and it trickles down to stories, especially because books are supposedly one of the best ways that you can train your brain to stay sharp, stay tact, and be able to protect itself from aging. I didn't even know this until I looked it up today, but apparently people who read books are less likely to experience things such as dementia and Alzheimer's in old age. I didn't even know that, but that's incredible that you can do that just from reading a book. But again, why do we need to tarnish that, and why do we need to destroy that by over-sexualizing it and filling it with tons of disgusting language that is not necessary? And with that said, I think that's pretty much all I have. I mean, there are dozens of other videos I could show you guys as well, but you get the basic gist. It's all over BookTok. I don't get why it's all over BookTok. I don't know why we aren't pushing back against this over-sexualization, but I am here to say I am, and I am here to put my foot down and say this is not okay. I don't like where modern books are going with all of this language and all of this, and that's the other thing too. It's becoming harder and harder to find a good book without a sex scene or terrible language in it. And I hope we can push back against this, and I hope we can get better writers who focus on the storyline instead of all of this extra nonsense garbage. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thumbs up and a subs up is the way to go to keep this channel growing. And if you'd like to follow me for more content, you can do so on TikTok and Instagram at Ian Talks Hot Takes, and on X occasionally at II Talks Hot Takes. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, which hopefully will be sooner rather than later. Bye guys.